little help retrieve the painting? Of course. I have the key.
Mademoiselle, the key?
I'm sorry. You said it yourself. I think I should just hold on to it.
I was not expecting Mademoiselle Warbeck's hesitation.
Mademoiselle Warbeck, I really must insist on access to the restoration room. I find your reluctance to oblige a little troubling, mademoiselle.
Now listen. I am the curator of this museum, and I...
Miss Warbeck, will you let the man in? I, for one, would like to get to the bottom of this tonight.
Please, Evelyn, let's not drag this on all night.
Evelyn Warbeck?
That's me?
Detective Inspector Hardwick. I was told a painting's been half-inched.
Yes, it's...
Stolen. Detective Hercule Poirot of the Belgian police, seconded by the Musée Royal des Beaux-Arts de Belgique and Lloyd's of London, to escort the penitent Magdalene here. How do you do, Detective Inspector Hardwick?
Well, thank you for that introduction, Mr. Poirot, but we won't be needing your help this evening.
But you see, not only do I have a considerable personal stake in this matter, I also possess undoubtedly the finest investigatory mind in all of Belgium.
I'm sure Belgium thinks you're the bee's knees, but we'll be just fine and dandy.
I must insist, Inspector.
Bloody hell. I don't have time for this. Will someone try and get through to this man before he does my head in?
Dear Mr. Poirot, I know you meant well, but perhaps now is not the time to push the inspector's buttons.
Très bien. Monsieur Hastings, the fate of the penitent Magdalene lies in our hands.
And Miss Warbeck's career, by the sound of it.
Then we shall waste no time. We have spoken with a number of the guests from the gala, but there still remains those who are absent. They may be able to offer a clue as to the thief's identity.
Then let's go and find them.
Poirot, over here. I heard about the painting. Trouble just seems to follow you. If there's anything I can do to help.
I am looking for Madame Allen. Would you know where I could find her?
If she's not on stage already or rehearsing, she'll be in her dressing room. That alleyway will take you to the back door.
Oh, this isn't quite what I was expecting from a famous star like Betty Allen.
A famous star that is not on stage, nor in her dressing room.
You don't think something could have happened to her?
Combining the state of the room and her being absent, I fear something sinister may indeed be afoot. Oh. Huh. Oh. Huh. Huh. Aha. Aha. Oh. Ah.
What do you need? What can I do for you?
The fact that there are valuable items remaining in the safe leads me to believe that the thief was looking for something specifically. Something that they knew would be present in the safe. Meaning they had previous knowledge of the contents of Madame Hélène's safe. In effect, they must know Madame Hélène herself. Is there something I am not seeing? I should consider this further. Something just does not feel right. Order and method. That is the way to solve the problem. What a revelation! Come, my little grey cells. We must think logically. The evidence suggests something else. I cannot see the logic in this. Perhaps a second look at the evidence in front of me. I must act on thought and fact, not on impulse. Things are beginning to become clearer. I must take a different approach if I am to uncover the truth. This will not get me any closer to my goal. Come now. Think on what has already been learned. Hot on the culprit's heels.
What do you need? What can I do for you? Why, Mrs. Allen? What can I do for you? What can I do for you?
Merci.
What do you need? What can I do for you? What can I do for you?
Merci. Ah. Huh.
Oh.
What do you need? What can I do for you? What can I do for you? What can I do for you?
Merci.
Oh.
Aha.
Where is the sense in that? Something just does not feel right. I should consider this further. Some would say a lucky guess. I would say a moment of genius.
What do you need? What can I do for you?
Madame Allen was behind the mess that lies before us. Filled with rage, she...
What do you think you're doing in here? Security!
Pardon, Madame Allen. I do not wish to cause any alarm. I am Detective Poirot. You will recall from the gala.
Yeah, I remember you. Doesn't give you the right to be snooping in here.
Snooping, no. Waiting patiently, oui.
You can wait outside. I'll talk to you there. Well, go on then, shoot.
Madame Allen. Thank you for giving me this opportunity.
Look, let's just get on with this, shall we?
I promise not to take up too much of your valuable time.
Well, thanks to Johann walking off, I got stuck talking, a term I use loosely, with Mr. Aylesworth and the all-important bishop, as he likes to consider himself.
Where did your husband go?
Beats me. But when I saw him next, he was being attacked by that crazy artist. You must have seen it.
I did, and while I do not condone such behavior,
If you are going to defend that woman's actions against my husband, I'll stop you there. Not really any of your business, is it?
I would not forgive myself if something improper had happened and I had not addressed it.
You've got nothing to worry about. I'm an emotional woman. Let's just leave it at that, shall we? I thought it was best to just get myself out of there. He may have bitten his tongue, but if I got my hands on her...
Your husband mentioned you were feeling under the weather, no?
Me? No.
Je vois. May I also ask about the snuff box that was found?
I've heard the Brits like that stuff. Not for me, though. Sorry.
You have been most helpful.
Catching a thief in London? You have your work cut out for you, my friend.
What do you need? What can I do for you?
Merci, monsieur.
You're just full of questions, aren't you?
You have been most helpful. Ah.
I told you last time you made a mess of things that if anything else was to happen,
So, you are blaming me for the painting going missing. I have poured my heart and my soul into...
Pardon. Perhaps this is a conversation that should be had behind closed doors.
This conversation will happen where and when I want it to.
What Detective Poirot means is maybe somewhere a little less public would be a better place to have it.
I am well aware of what your foreign friend was implying, and I shall give you exactly the same answer.
Let us not say anything that one would later regret. A moment to breathe for everyone, perhaps.
You do as much breathing as you want, as long as you find that painting.
What do you need? What can I do for you?
Merci. Mademoiselle, may I request a minute of your time?
What can I do for...
Can you not see that we're busy?
Your Grace, there are matters we really must discuss.
You do understand my time is valuable, don't you?
Merci, Your Grace.
I don't think you quite understand the severity of the situation, Detective Inspector.
I'm well aware, and I'll conduct my investigation how I see fit.
That just isn't good enough. How would you feel if... Who am I kidding? You could never afford something like that.
I can assure you Detective Inspector Hardwick and his men will be doing all they can to find your missing painting.
Now you have some officer from another country entirely fighting your battles for you?
I speak on behalf of no one but myself, monsieur.
And I didn't ask you. Hardwick, get it found.
Right you are.
Will you allow some officer a moment of your time?
I'm a very busy man.
And then I shall keep my question short.
I'd say the heart attack was the most memorable part of the day.
Quite understandable. But before that?
I was talking to the bishop, or rather being talked at. He doesn't see it, but he gets quite heated. That's the last thing I remember. I did. That man just wants someone to listen to his incessant ramblings. I just couldn't stand there and listen to him anymore. I decided to walk away and see the orrery from above. Then I met that young lady, Betty Allen.
You two spoke?
Briefly, but she was looking for her husband, so I think her mind was elsewhere.
I will not take up any more of your time.
If you want to deal with him, fine by me.
Detective Inspector Hardwick has made it quite clear that my valuable insight is not wanted. Perhaps I should find an alternative means of entry.
Mademoiselle, may I request a minute of your time?
What can I do for...
Can you not see that we're busy?
Aha.
What do you need? What can I do for you?
Merci. But
Hello? Who's that?
Bonjour, madame.
You're not English. Where are you from? What are you doing here?
Madame, I am Detective Hercule Poirot of the Kingdom of Belgium's police force.
So what?
I was hoping to speak with a neighbor of yours. Mademoiselle...
She's not in. Are you waiting for her?
Do you know how long she...
You can give her this. I tell her I did what I could with it.
I will be sure to do that.
You're just full of questions, aren't you?
You have been most helpful.
Catching a thief in London? You have your work cut out for you, my friend.
I hope you're getting something out of wasting my time. Heated? Who said that?
They are the words of Monsieur Ellsworth.
Oh, the man is in politics. He should know what heated looks like. Maybe I was a little forceful. There was no one else around. How was I to know he was having a heart attack when he clutched his chest? It could have been anything. And when I saw he was in trouble, I went to get help. I suppose I got lost finding my way back.
I do not believe Bishop Mountjoy was the instigator of Monsieur Ellsworth's heart attack, but it appears he does. He is quite rigorously trying to convince himself he is not to blame.
Merci, Your Grace.
What can I do for you? He knows just how to push. He knows what this museum means to me.
That is clear to us all.
He thinks he can say and do what he wants because of his position. But if he thinks he can get rid of me that easily, this museum is my life. And if anyone, including him, tries to do anything to jeopardize that, I won't be held responsible for my actions. I'm sorry. The detective inspector was quite adamant I wasn't to allow anyone in.
Detective Hercule Poirot is not just any man, mademoiselle.
And modest to boot. I suppose it can't hurt. Follow me. There you go.
The key. It is in a far better condition than yesterday.
It was looking grubby and covered in rust, so I cleaned it. Is that a problem?
If you find anything else that may be of importance to the investigation, I ask that you leave it as you found it. Ah.
What can I do for you?
Merci, mademoiselle. That is all for now. Aha. Oh. Huh. Ah. Ah.
What do you need? What can I do for you?
Merci, monsieur. Huh. Oh. Huh.
What do you need? What can I do for you?
Merci, monsieur. Aha. Mm-hmm. Oh. Huh. Hmm. Oh.
I must take a different approach if I am to uncover the truth. Is there something I am not seeing? I must act on thought and fact, not on impulse. Voila! Come now. Think on what has already been learned. Logical thinking shall always prevail. I should not be surprised by my own skills of deduction.
When the thief entered this room from the west wing, there was no paint on the key. We know this because there was no paint on the key when they used it on the door to the gallery. But there is paint on the key when the thief locks the west wing door after stealing the painting, telling us
The key got covered in paint in this room.
oui, and only after the painting was stolen. So, what happened in between locking the door to the gallery and leaving this room to lock the west wing door? The picture is becoming clearer, and the paint is the key. The thief unlocked the door from the west wing into this room, unlocked the door to the gallery, and stole the painting. They then returned, whereupon they laid the painting on the desk. The thief locked the door and returned to the painting. But then, an accident. They dropped the key into the palette of paint.
How can you be so sure?
We know because the paint palette was the only source of blue paint in the room that the key could have dropped in.
But why put the painting on this table, where items may be knocked or where they may be heard? Perhaps the answer is before me on the desk.
What do you need? What can I do for you? What can I do for you?
Merci, monsieur.
What do you need? What can I do for you?
Merci, monsieur. Aha. Ah. Oh.
What do you need? What can I do for you?
Merci, monsieur. Huh. Huh. Oh.
Gentlemen, have you seen Miss Babanian? She wanted to speak with me after the bishop was finished chewing my ear off, but it seems the pair of them have disappeared.
I'm afraid not.
Can't have been that important then. What can I do for you?
Merci, mademoiselle. That is all for now. Oh. Ah.
If you want to deal with him, fine by me. If you want to deal with him,
I suppose I can spare a minute.
I will not take up any more of your time.
Gentlemen, have you seen Miss Babanian? She wanted to speak with me after the bishop was finished chewing my ear off, but it seems the pair of them have disappeared.
I'm afraid not.
Can't have been that important then.
Ah.
What can I do for you?
Merci, mademoiselle. That is all for now.
If you want to deal with him, fine by me.
What do you need? What can I do for you?
Merci.
You're just full of questions, aren't you? Where did you get that?
It was found in a vent at the museum. Perhaps the very last thing I expected to find.
Yes. Well, thank you. I knew I had lost it somewhere.
A clearly valuable ring has just been returned to Madame, and she acts as though it means nothing to her.
And I would not describe throwing a ring at one's husband resulting in it being stuck in a vent as a case of losing it.
It is clear Madame Hélène felt no sickness at the gala, rather anger. In a moment of rage, she threw her ring at her husband before exiting the museum. And having seen the damage that she has caused in her own dressing room, one can conclude that it was the state of her marriage that allowed her emotions to get the better of her and act so rashly.
You have been most helpful.
The detective inspector will now be able to see as plain as day that Mademoiselle Court Smythe is the guilty party. Now to find him.
With the other remaining guests' movements all accounted for, she was the only one capable of making haste with the painting.
Detective, you're here.
Look and you shall find. How may I be of assistance?
Oh, well, I've had the photographs from the Garda developed.
That's good thinking, Miss Farquhar.
Oui, very kind, mademoiselle. There is nothing left for us to do but to take our findings to Detective Inspector Hardwick.
Do you think he'll listen?
It is his duty as a high-ranking officer of the law. We shall not be ignored. We have done all but arrest Mademoiselle Court Smythe for him. If it is the accolade that he desires, he may have it.
I was thinking that while you were speaking with Miss Court Smythe, I could try and find Mr. Christensen at their home.
It would certainly be more efficient. An excellent idea.
Him with a funny accent. He was here earlier asking the same questions. All I want is a bit of peace.
I'm terribly sorry for the inconvenience. We are...
Monsieur Hastings, your assistance is required immediately.
Good Lord, Poirot, that's a lot of smoke.
And now you are up to speed with the situation. I have evaluated the position we find.
If you're going to use the fire extinguisher, now would be the time.
Très bien.
That's it. One more should do it.
Detective Inspector, it is imperative we search the crime scene as soon as possible.
You mean my crime scene?
If I may, I can count on one hand how many crime scenes I have seen in my life, and although they are somewhere I don't wish to spend too much time, as the representative of Lloyd's of London Bank, it is my responsibility to handle all matters regarding the now stolen painting.
A weak attempt, but I've got more on my plate than dealing with some paper pusher getting his knickers in a twist. You've got until I return to do whatever it is you need to do. And if I find one thing out of place...
You may question my authority in this case, but I will not have my professionalism questioned.
Whatever you say.
Aha. Aha. Oh. Huh. From analyzing the victim's body, I can conclude that the cause of death was not dead by the flames.
Not by the flames? Then what?
That is what we are yet to determine. Aha. Huh. Oh. Huh. Huh. Aha.
Another success. I never doubted myself. Magnifique.
Monsieur Hastings, your assistance is required.
Of course. What do you need? What can I do for you?
From analyzing the victim's body, I can conclude that the cause of death was not dead by the flames.
Not by the flames? Then what?
That is what we are yet to determine.
Mr. Poirot, you are a genius. That would never have even occurred to me. I've got a lot to learn. That would never have even occurred to me. I've got a lot to learn.
Let us get back to the scene. Oh. Huh. Oh.
Didn't you speak with her neighbor before? Might she be able to help?
The evidence suggests something else. One step closer to revealing the truth. I cannot see the logic in this. Perhaps a second look at the evidence in front of me. The answer was staring me in the face.
Is it that copper again? What do you want?
I was hoping to ask you some questions regarding the fire. May I ask your name?
You aren't coming in. You can get that into your head now. Mrs. Colsham. Camilla Colsham.
Merci, Madame Colsham.
She hardly had any visitors, but yesterday it was like she had a sign up offering out free ale.
If you would be so kind as to talk us through the events as you remember them.
Well, I saw her leaving with a couple of paintings under her arm. You've seen her work? Not really my cup of tea. Then there was that posh-looking chap. I heard him before I saw him. Like an elephant on those stairs. Next came the professional-looking fella. He's got some money in those pockets, that's for sure. I saw him leaving with a painting, too. Oh, and the argument with another man? I couldn't hear what it was all about, but he had a set of lungs on him.
You are doing a wonderful job, Madame Colsham.
You can keep the patronizing tone to yourself. She must have turned her radio up to disguise what they were saying, but I tell you this, I'd rather have listened to them than that racket. It wasn't long before he was storming down the stairs. I don't think he'd heard the expression light-footed before.
Would you be able to remember any other details of the gentleman?
Through this people, you can barely tell who's man and woman. I didn't hear her leave, but when I heard that door downstairs slam, I knew it was her. I opened my door and gave her what for. And you know what she did? She waved me off, bottle of bubbles in hand, ranting about being dry. She looked 2 sheets to the wind, if you ask me. Only after did she turn the radio down. I wasn't going to waste the peace and quiet, and I got ready for bed. I was getting right into the exciting bit of my book. Perkins' first one, you know. I do like Perkins. Well, that's when I first smelt the smoke coming from the hall. And then you lot showed up.
Merci, Madame. You have been most accommodating.
Oh, and I found this in the garden. It's obviously hers. I was going to put it through her letterbox, but, well, you know.
The cork from a champagne bottle. It would not be a giant leap to assume this came from Mademoiselle Kortsmith's apartment. A smell lingers on the cork. Bitter almonds.
Merci, Madame Colsham.
Where is the sense in that? pieces of the puzzle are finally coming together.
Ah. Aha.
What do you need? What can I do for you?
Let us get back to the scene.
What do you need? Almonds? I've never had champagne that tasted of almonds.
One would hope not. Mademoiselle's lips may hold the missing clue we require.
Of course, the painting. Irene had made forgeries of the Penitent Magdalene painting and was likely selling them for a pretty penny, I might add. It wasn't an accident. It was set on purpose, using turpentine to douse any evidence of them being there, and the forgery.
An almost perfect execution, had we not arrived in time before the evidence had burned away.
But why try and get rid of the necklace?
Spoken like a true detective. Let us get back to the scene.
What a revelation! This will not get me any closer to my goal. Come, my little grey cells. We must think logically. Order and method. That is the way to solve the problem.
What do you need? I don't know if I'm cut out for this.
Take your time. Consider what we have seen and learnt of Mademoiselle Courtsmith's time here yesterday.
Okay, firstly, we know that she had a number of visitors, and an argument with one of them. Among these visitors, one left with a painting. Perhaps another forgery.
Très bien.
Irene wasn't drinking alone, and whoever she was drinking with likely poisoned her. The killer used a syringe to inject a liquid form of the poison through the cork and into the bottle.
Potassium cyanide. Traces of the compound can be found in nature, but dangerous levels, such as those present, can be detected by its notable almond smell.
And she fell victim shortly after in her chair. What are you going to tell him?
The truth. He may hope for a simple and somewhat convenient version of events, but he cannot ignore the facts that we shall present.
My crime scene's still intact?
Of course, Detective Inspector. There is something that...
There's nothing more to say.
Pardon, Detective Inspector. The truth is that Mademoiselle Irene Courtsmith was murdered.
Right you are. I'll be sure to make a note.
But you won't.
Excuse me? Are you forgetting who you're talking to?
He is well aware of your authority and your capability of coming to the same conclusion. We only wish to inform you of our findings.
Well, my men have been in, as have I, and I've concluded that the mademoiselle, as you so elegantly called her, made off with the painting and decided to have a few drinks to celebrate. She passed out drunk in the chair, candle still lit, and the place went up like a match.
Detective Inspector, s'il vous plaît. It is really not that simple.
Who are you calling simple?
He's not calling you simple, he's saying that isn't how it happened. How can you ignore the bottle of champagne that had been tampered with? The smell of poison on the cork.
You're both experts in poison now, are you?
I do not wish to stand here and argue credentials. Mademoiselle Courtsmith was killed, not by the fire that burnt through her home, but at the hands of another. Her drink, laced with potassium cyanide.
Quite the imagination you two have.
Look, we can show.
No. We shall leave the Detective Inspector to discover the truth for himself. Detective, adieu. Monsieur Hastings, you must learn which battles are worth the fight. Besides, we have no time to stand squabbling with him. We have a murder to solve.